Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Imran Aslam, your economics teacher at A level. So I have been teaching economics since 2002 in Sialkot, and my teaching skills are only in economics. So this is our first lesson in our AS class. So I want to tell you a few things about economics. So today we are having the introductory lesson. So what is the introduction about economics? If you are familiar with the subject from your O level, so you will be seeing that economics is a social science. It is not a natural science. So it deals with the society. It is coming from the society. So it is talking about how people are behaving in the society when they are involved in buying and selling of the goods and services, or they are involved in producing the goods and services. So what we are saying, their economic behavior is shown, and they are analyzing we are analyzing their economic behavior in detail in this subject of economics. Whereas we also deal with the macroeconomics, in which the government policies, they are also affecting the consumers and producers in order to decide what they are willing to consume and produce. Government taxes will affect their behavior. Government taxes will affect the producers and consumers. So government is also using its policies in order to redistribute income. Anyhow, these are the details of the subject. Right now I have downloaded the syllabus for economics A levels. So first of all, you must be knowing economics is having a subject code 9708. This is here. You can see we are having the 9708. This is our subject code in A levels. So this subject syllabus is divided into two parts. What it is divided into two parts. One is called AS level, or A1, you can say this is A level. A1 part is called AS level, advanced subsidiary levels. So there are two parts of this syllabus. One is the AS level, which we will be covering in our A1. So there are 5 chapters in A1, and they are called the core topics. They are called the core topics in economics. So students will be delivered their lessons from those 5 chapters, and then they will be tested from those 5 chapters in the form of 2 papers, paper 1 and paper 2. Whereas A level, that is the extension part of the topics which we will cover in our AS level. So basically, we are going to have two parts of the syllabus. One is called the core part, which is studied in AS level or in A1. So this is the syllabus which is recommended by the Cambridge University for the examination in June and November 2019, 2020 and 2021. Also available for March. March session is not involved in our region, for India only, that is for Indian examination boards. So in our next page, we are going to see the contents of the syllabus. Welcome. Why choose a Cambridge International Examination? Why Cambridge International AS and A levels? Why Cambridge International AS and A level economics? So syllabus contents are there, assessments are there, syllabus aims are there, assessment objectives, which are very important when you are answering your questions in paper 2 especially, or in paper 4. So assessment objectives, we are answering the questions by analyzing or discussing the things by keeping in mind what are the objectives of Cambridge University to test our answers. Okay, the relationship between assessment objectives and components. Okay, so we first of all, we were on this page where it has gone. I think so. We have shifted downward. So now I'm coming back. to my topic. So assessment objectives are there, relationship between objective, syllabus contents, AS level content, paper 1 and paper 2. You will be having two papers in AS level, whereas additional A level components will have paper 3 and paper 4. In A2, you will be having two papers, paper 3 and paper 4. Keep it in mind. Paper 1 is including only the MCQs, whereas paper 3, again, that is including MCQs, but from A2 part of the syllabus. And paper 2 is economics essay writing. And paper 4 is also economics essay writing. So other information, equality and inclusion, language, grading and reporting, whatsoever, these are the things. But I am going towards the syllabus contents right now, which are very important. Okay, what we are going to learn in our AS level or A1. So why Cambridge Inter level examination? Option 1, that is Cambridge International AS advanced subsidiary level. Standalone policy we're not following. So Cambridge International A level, remainder of A level, we are following AS and A2. So we will be covering our AS topics. The key concepts, scarcity and choices, and the margin and the change. This is the first chapter. We are talking about the Cambridge AS level. The study of Cambridge International A level allows learners to explore concepts and theories which can be applied to the way that modern economies work. This is the main thing. Cambridge learners develop the ability to explain, evaluate, analyze economic issues and arguments. These are actually their objectives. They gain lifelong skills and a solid foundation for further study. This is the main objective for long time. You must be knowing what you have learned in your A levels. So we are further moving towards the syllabus contents because we are having recorded lesson right now. I don't want to keep it too lengthy. So you can download this syllabus from Cambridge website or by writing on Google search engine the syllabus contents for economics 9708. So these are the contents, the basic economic ideas and resource allocation. This will be our first chapter in our AS level. So you can say all candidates study these AS level topics: scarcity, choice, and opportunity cost. The economics students who have studied economics in their O level, they might be knowing it very well about scarcity and opportunity cost. And we will be studying positive and normative statements, positive economics, normative economics, factors of production, land, labor, capital, resource allocation in different economic systems, and issues of transition like free market system, planned economic system, and mixed economic system. And if one economy is shifting from one system to another, so what changes will take place? That is called the transition issues. Production possibility curves or opportunity cost curve, money and its functions, and what will be the characteristics of money and what will be the functions of money. And then at the end, we'll be studying the classification of goods, merit goods, demerit goods, and public goods, quasi-public goods. They will all be studied in chapter 1. And A-level candidates must also study these additional notes. This is the A2 topics. On the right side, we are having these topics. They will be the A2 topics. So we are not going to consider them right now. We are on the center column of our syllabus contents. The second chapter will be about the price system and the microeconomy. You might be knowing what is meant by the market mechanism, demand and supply. We'll be studying demand, supply, and different elasticities like price elasticity of demand, income elasticity of demand, cross elasticities of demand, and then the price elasticity of supply and interaction of demand and supply like market equilibrium and disequilibrium, consumer and producer surplus. These are the topics of chapter number 2 in our AS level. Now come towards the third chapter. where we are going to study government microeconomic intervention. If there is going to be economic inefficiency by any of the economic system, then government will intervene in order to achieve its microeconomic objectives. So the first thing, the maximum and minimum prices, these are the tools of government intervention. Taxes, direct and indirect taxes, subsidies, transfer payments, direct provision of goods and services like public and merit goods, nationalization and privatization will be the topics in our AS level. Now come towards the most important chapter or the unit of our AS level, that is about the macroeconomy, which is the lengthiest chapter, and it includes many macroeconomic topics, and most of the time we are having the data response question from this chapter. This is very important. I am telling you before, this is about the macroeconomy, aggregate demand and aggregate supply, macroeconomic problem of inflation, balance of payment structure, exchange rate, very important topic, terms of trade, principles of absolute and comparative advantage, and protectionism. All these things will be studied in our fourth chapter of macroeconomy. And the last one will be government macroeconomic intervention, like types of policies, fiscal policy, monetary policy, and supply side policies, and policies to correct balance of payments disequilibrium, and policies to correct inflation and deflation. All these policies will be studied. So these are the 5 chapters which will be covered in our AS level. AS level will be covering these 5 chapters. Now, how you will be assessed? This is the main important point. When you have covered the syllabus, you have practiced many of the questions, then definitely you will be having what? You will be having the assessment, the exams, internal exams first of all, then you will be having the external exams held by the Cambridge University International Examination. To take paper 1 and paper 2 only for AS level qualification. If you are doing AS separately, so in the first exam, you will be appearing in 2 papers, paper 1 and paper 2. And if you are taking A2, then you will be appearing in paper 3 and paper 4. So paper 1, here we are having the contents, the components and their weighting. Paper 1 is multiple choice question. Multiple choice questions, there are 30 30 multiple choice questions based on AS level syllabus content, and their marks will be, total marks will be 30, and the time allowed will be 1 hour. So it is having 40% of weightage in your AS level. Okay, so 30 marks are allocated to paper 1. Within 1 hour you have to answer the 30 MCQs. Some of the MCQs which are in the start, they are easier one. As you are proceeding further, there is a little bit difficulty level which is arising. So in that case, what we are saying, there will be the MCQs which are having a little bit higher difficulty level than the row level. And then come towards the data response questions. Sorry, the paper 2. Paper 2 is having 2 sections. First section is about section A. One data response question which is including 20 marks. And this is the compulsory question. Keep it in mind. One data is given to you. Usually it comes from the 4th chapter. So from that data, there will be 5-6 questions at the bottom of that data. You have to answer referring back to your data, and you are also using your knowledge in economics. So in that case, you will be answering the compulsory part. And section B, one structured essay from a choice of 3. There are 3 questions which are given in this chapter, in this second part of the paper, and you have to answer one question, and each question will be carrying 2 parts, A and B. In the first part, you will be explaining the things. First, you will be explaining, suppose explain the meaning of equilibrium and disequilibrium in the market. So it carries 8 marks for the A part of any question in the section B. And the second part will be the B part, that is called discuss whether, and in that case you have to evaluate your answer, whatever you are discussing. keep it in mind, the time which is allocated to this paper, that is about 1 hour and 30 minutes. That is including 1 hour and 30 minutes. So within 1 hour and 30 minutes, you have to answer the two sections, 20 marks each. Data response is carrying 20 marks, whereas the section B is also carrying 20 marks. So total marks for paper 2 will be the 40 marks. Here they are given. You will see over here the 40 marks, it is the paper right now. So its weightage, the data response is carrying 30% of weightage of AS, whereas the section B is also carrying 30%. So we see the total marks for your AS level will be 70, 30 marks for paper 1 and 40 marks for paper 2. So out of 70, you have to achieve the A grade. If you are achieving round about, you can say 24 to 26 marks in paper 2, and the remaining will be from the paper 1, you will be awarded A grade. So the rest of the grades will be below that. So anyhow, we are not talking about, because we're not talking about the other grades, because every student is ambitious to get A grade in all his subjects. So I wish A grade for all the students. I'm not telling you about paper 3 and paper 4. They are part of A2. So when you qualify for your A2, I will be letting you know how this will be carried out in A2. Availability, other syllabus. So syllabus and assessment objectives. These are syllabus aims. They are given to us. We should be knowing understanding of the factual knowledge of economics, the facility for self-expression, not only in writing, but also in using additional aids, such as statistics and diagrams, where appropriate. Students will be using the habit of using works of reference as sources of data. Like if you are quoting an example, for example, what is the GDP per capita of a country, you must be giving the reference from where you have achieved this, received this type of information, from the World Bank website or from other sources. You have to write it. Don't say anything like a layman, like this is the GDP per capita of a country, and you don't know what is the source of that information. So Cambridge does not allow us to write any information without any source. So what are the assessment objectives? The first objective, the knowledge and understanding. If you are going to answer the question in your paper 2, so the first thing, whether you know about the topic. If I ask you, do you know about the price elasticity of demand or income elasticity of demand? If you are having the knowledge, you must able to understand. You have to demonstrate. You have to calculate the elasticity. That means you are having a knowledge, not the information. Information means what? You know the meaning only about what is meant by price elasticity, but you are unable to calculate. You are unable to understand or make it able to yourself the meaning of a certain topic. Then, if you have calculated elasticity, will you be able to apply your concept in your real life, that how elasticity will be used in order to increase the revenue of the consumers, revenue of the sellers? How elasticity will help us? This is about the application. Analysis, analyze economic issues and argument using relevant economic concepts, using theories and information, and communicate conclusion in a clear, reasoned manner. You have whatever you have studied, you have to analyze by using different types of diagrams. You are using different types of measures to analyze the situation. And at the end, the discussion question, they are asking you to give your own opinion, the critical evaluation. Like if you are watching different types of talk shows, so they are critically evaluating the government policies, the government arguments. So different experts, so keep it in mind. Now if you are evaluating and critically evaluating the concepts, then you are giving your own opinion in favor of the discussion or in disfavor. So economic information, arguments, proposals, and policies, taking into consideration relevant information on economic principles and distinguishing facts from hypothetical statements and value judgment. Hypothetical statements, they are not present in reality, but they are present in our text. Whereas the value judgment, what the society wants to have, what is best for the society, you are also giving your opinion in that case. So this is what the assessment objective one, paper one, it is having 40% of weightage, and assessment objective two, 25%. Like the questions which are coming in paper one, 40% will be coming from assessment objective one, knowledge and understanding. Assessment objective two, there will be 25% of the questions from this objective. And assessment objective three, you will be having 25% of the questions of paper one from this core objective. And then the question, assessment objective four, 10% of the MCQs will be coming from your this part of assessment objective number four. So in paper four, you see the assessment objective, it is having a weightage of 25%. The questions which will be asked in paper two in data response, that will be including the knowledge, understanding from the 25% of those questions which are present. And assessment objective two will be having 20% of weightage, whereas the assessment objective three will be having 30% weightage, and the remaining 25% will be from the evaluation part of the objectives. The relationship between objectives, weighting in AS level. So these are different weightages. Cambridge University is giving us syllabus contents. They are in detail what you will be studying in the chapter one. This is your chapter scarcity, choice, and opportunity cost. So these are the fundamental economic concepts which will be studied in your chapter one. And in part B, the positive normative statement, they are also part of this chapter number one. Basic economic ideas and source allocation. This is the main topic heading of chapter one. And these are A, B, C, D, E, F, G. They are the contents of chapter number one. You can easily go through these things. And in chapter two, the price system and microeconomy, that is about demand and supply analysis, and then price elasticities and their uses, price elasticity of demand and supply, interaction of demand and supply, and then consumer and producer surplus. These are the contents of chapter number two. Whereas the chapter number three, my government microeconomic intervention, okay, that is about maximum and minimum prices, taxes and indirect taxes, subsidies, transfer payments, direct provision of goods and services, and nationalization and privatization. They are all they are all part of or the contents of chapter number three. Whereas the main chapter, the macroeconomy, S level, aggregate demand and supply, components of aggregate demand, C plus I plus G plus net exports, and inflation as a problem, its measurement, its definition, its consequences, its types, balance of payment, very important as far as the data response questions are concerned, its structures, its disequilibrium, and what are the consequences and how its problems can be corrected. And exchange rate topic is very important. Students are facing a little bit problem, and they will also be having the queries related to exchange rate problems and how it will affect the macroeconomy of a country. The terms of trade, principle of absolute and comparative advantages, some of the things you might have studied in your O levels, but the remaining things which you haven't studied, they will be studied in detail in AS level. So protectionism like tariff, quota, and all these things, they will be included in protectionism. And the last chapter of this will be government macroeconomic intervention, policies, their tools, their instruments, and how will they be able to achieve the macroeconomic goals of a country like fiscal policy, monetary policy, supply side policies, all they will be used. So this is the syllabus content of AS level and how will you be assessed. The remaining part will be about A2. I'm not going into detail of A2 right now. I'm talking about your things related to AS level only, not about your A2 right now. So that's all for now from my side. So we have studied these things like we have all the things which are present in our AS level and what are the contents, how you will be assessed, in your exam, they have been considered by you. So now I come back to my uh, what we are saying. I'm going to stop sharing this thing. So that's all from today. We have analyzed all those things which will be included in our AS level regarding the topics, regarding the papers, regarding all things. So keep it in mind. This will be our introductory lesson, and we will be having a regular class after this. If you have any queries, then you can ask me. My cell phone number I can write over here if possibility is there. So I can write a number over here that can be shown to you. You can WhatsApp me, okay, 0321616047. Save this number with you people, and you can ask me any question related to your AS level. Okay, you can see I have also one YouTube page with my name. You can visit that page and subscribe it, and this video will be played from that page. So you can subscribe it. You should subscribe and like the video as well, and ask your friends to subscribe and like this, and you will be finding all the relevant material regarding the lessons, regarding the questions, regarding the practice sessions. They will all be available on that YouTube channel. The thing is that I will be writing AS topics along with the videos, and whereas AS is not mentioned, that will be about A2. So keep it in mind. So we will be having all these things later on. We'll be studying our AS level, inshallah ta'ala, from the next session. This will be the introductory lesson. So thanks all. See you again, inshallah.